Alright guys, welcome back. You guys know I've been trying to keep things really real from the onset, and I'm out of my losing streak. Like, I'm out. I'm not just out of my losing streak, I'm in a winning streak currently in March. And I'm gonna show you guys all the trades I took. Of course, I share what happened in February, how I lost every single trade in February. I was not ashamed of it. I showed you all because I know this is how trading is, and there's nothing to hide about it. This is what I chose to do. This is what I love to do, and these are the disadvantages. They're gonna happen, of course. So here we are. I'm out of the losing streak, and I'm now on a winning streak because yeah, that's profitable trading. Experience a bad time, now is a good time. And I'm going to show you guys what I did to get out of the losing streak. My journal, I'm opening my secrets. Like, my journal is private to me because I'm the most vulnerable in my journal. I'm going to show you my thought process, my trades, the trades I took, everything, the brain behind it, and I'm also going to do a chart breakdown. And I trade ICT smart money concept, so you have a lot to learn if you trade like that too. So let's get right into the charts. Okay, so this is my journal for March. You see that right there? First week of March 2025. I took 4 trades. I usually take 4 trades max every week. So the first one was USD card, second was USD card, third was gold, and the last was USD card. So I trade EU USD card gold. So what happens is I look at my 3 pairs, and during my time window, which is New York session, New York Q zone around 7 a.m. Eastern time to 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's my window to trade. Now, within this window, any of the pairs that are doing the best, that's showing me high chances of working out or playing out to a very clear draw, I'm trading that. So most of these days I found USD card to be more, have high probability setups than EU and the rest of them, and that's why I traded them. Okay, in case you're thinking what makes me choose the pairs I choose, it's just 3 pairs I trade and I rotate, between them, amongst them. Now we have the first trade was a long, and that happened in March 3rd, 2025. And you see the date I took the trade, that's March 3rd, 2025, and that was a Monday. And the results was, I didn't check it because it was a loss. Okay, I started March again with one loss, RR loss. The risk I used on that trade was 1%, and that was my session entry time, exit time. I didn't hold the trade past my session, and the emotions before I took trade, I was neutral. Of course, I'd had read a lot of books. I have been able to, watch a lot of YouTube channel from old time traders, hedge fund traders, and the rest of them. So my psychology was really good. Like, I didn't have anything to really think about. I was beginning to know that this is gonna come to an end. So yeah, I felt neutral before you trade and neutral during the trade. But then after the trade, I felt inquisitive because I lost it. I was like, really, what's wrong? Why? What is? I started getting frustrated again. And this was what caused it. I said loss from February, wanting to fix the whole shit up once and for all. That's bad cycle trigger. I always have this rule. Okay, I always have this rule. Emotions before, emotions during the trade, emotions after the trade. Then if there is anything that is other than neutral, something like inquisitive or nervous or sad or happy or whatever, then there is a trigger. And I have to think, what must have caused me to be so inquisitive? Inquisitive, like I was wondering what was still keeping me losing. And I saw it lost from February, wanting to fix the whole shit up once and for all. Like, I wanted to just end the whole losing streak. And it was so annoying. And I did not put down notes here because I really did not find anything to, but I followed my rules. You see what I normally put here: followed rules, but learned something new. I actually learned something new, and I was able to do some, touches to my strategy to make some things. I removed some things that got complicated. Yeah, because I'm this kind of person. I love perfection. When I lose once or twice, I'm like, what happened? What happened? I'm very inquisitive. So I go to change some little things in my strategy, like update it, upgrade it, and all that stuff. But then it was this day it dawned on me that, yo, listen, you have to remove those things. Those things that make you really feel bad during a losing streak, because losing streak will happen regardless. So there are things that would make you feel really bad. You feel that way because you feel you can't get out of the losing streaks. And the truth is, when you can't get out of the losing streak, it prolongs. Like, when you feel you can't get out, it prolongs because you're depressed, you feel stuck. And it always comes from when your systems have too many confidences. You feel like you're overwhelmed. But when your system has very few confidences, you can look into it and say that you're not breaking any rules. fewer confluences that work according to your stats, then you see that I'm not doing anything wrong. We're just losing streaks. So you can easily go through it. But if your strategy is complicated, you'll be thinking maybe it's this, maybe it's that one, maybe it's this problem, maybe it's that problem. So it dawned on me on this day after deep thinking, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna remove some certain things I added last year because I was trying to avoid losses. And when I removed those things, then winning streak started. But let's look at it. Trading, I rated it B. I didn't break a rule, but just the feelings. My feelings were all over the place. I didn't break a rule. Like it's been long. I broke a rule. Like maybe I can't follow my rule or something. It's really, really been long. I don't do that. I'm I'm always following my rules, okay? But my emotions could be all over the place, but I don't act on them. Now I graded it a B trade, and these are all the trade screenshots which we'll go over. All right, you see the trade here. That's a 1 hour time frame USD card. I tried buying off this area which was a daily fair value gap. Also copy with the sell side liquidity on the 4 hours. And I'll just go back to okay, that's it. Daily high, daily low. Like I literally bought from here, and it was a clear trade for me. I never expected it to fail. I know I was so optimistic. It's a new month. February is over, so it's time for us to make money. You know that kind of thing. After we took out this low and all that, you see that it came for me. There was also a rejection block here. I think I got into the trade before it even ran this place. I think so. I think so, which was the rejection block I used as my POI. And every of my confirmations were intact. Now I'm not gonna break down a losing trade because I don't think, just take a look at it. This was the rejection block. I got my confirmation and then I got wicked out. And that's why I don't like entering again or trying to revenge trade, because most people that try to revenge trade, what happens is they'll get in again. Oh, we have run an SSL. Now we need to go up now. You get in again, and then what what USD card did after USD card kept dumping, and USD card completely filled that daily FG, like completely, before going up. So literally it was not funny. So if you were trying to revenge, you would have been hit so badly. So after that trade, I stopped for the day. As you can see, it was just that trade for that date. Let's take a look at that real quick. March 3rd, next trade was March 4th. I didn't take any trade again. So when it comes to that discipline part of trading, and I'm good at that. The discipline, not trying to force things, keeping things simple. Yeah. But my problem, inquisitive. I'm always inquisitive. I really want to like find something to improve my strategy. I'm always trying to improve because in real life I'm like that. Okay. Sorry. In real life, I'm really that kind of person. I like changes. I like new things. I like making things better. I'm innovative. I'm always bringing ideas. I'm that kind of person. So it shows up in my trading. So it could be good and it could be bad. Currently, I think it's bad because I do it a lot. So now, it filled all here before going up, and this is when it happened. Let me show you guys. The arrow sits there, right there, because price still went higher later. This candle that is black here was kind of bullish till it took out a high. This candle high here. So yeah, it actually went up, but you see how it completely filled it. So anybody that was trying to fight it would have been hit like 2-3 times again before it later goes up. And that's why, regardless of the strategy, you just have to lie low and not expect too much. Now I'm going to talk about the winning trades more. The losing trade is a loss, and there's nothing to teach you about a losing trade. Okay, so the winning trade is where we are right now. 2, 3, 4, we're all winning streaks. That's to see them. USD card, gold, USD card. 4th, 6th, 7th, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday I didn't trade, nothing to trade. Result, a win, a win, a win. RR 2.5 hour this day, 2 hour. Friday was on 1 hour because I held my trade to the close of like 11 a.m. Eastern time, and it's Friday. I didn't want to hold. I had 2 trades running. I have a trade running currently. That's a swing trade. I have a trade running currently. That's a swing trade. Like, ain't gonna lie. Like, let me show you guys. This is my swing trade running currently. That's it. I'm holding till this high. When I get to this place, I'll close my risk. But this is my swing trade holding right here. And just in case you're doubting me, I'm gonna go to my trade copier where I have some clients that connected the account to me. I just started this copy trading thing again, and I've had like 3 clients connected the accounts to mine, and all of this winning streak they partook in it. All right, so this is my portfolio here, and this is my account ID and all that. This is the risk setting I have for user A, B, and C. Grace, Mary, Blessing, Emeka, 33%. There's a fixed risk we have here, and we have 3 open positions to see that this person joined just this week, and she wasn't part of the position open. So the 3 position open is me, Emeka, Blessing. So let's go to the open. Let's go to the open trades dashboard. All right, so take a look at it. Emeka, Kingdubi, me. That's me here. Now take a look at the trade USD card. We enter with a buy limit. Okay, this is an MT4 account, so it's going to reflect as a buy trade. You can see my lot size 0.60, and you can see theirs also to match up with 3% risk. You can see PNL. My trade is running. The trade is running. Open positions is a real site. It's a real site. Take a look at that. It's a real site. It's not Photoshop. I need you to know that there are real traders in this industry and real mentors and real people that know the fuck what they're doing. Okay, so still on the swing trade. So now I have not journaled that, okay, because the trade is still on. When I'm done with the trade, I'm gonna journal that. Okay, that swing trade is still on. So it's supposed to be the fifth trade here. So it's not here. So the ones I took, I risked 2 to 2%. So this is 2.5 R, 2 R. The one I took on Friday, I took two. One is a swing trade, one is a day trade or a scalp, and I closed on 1 arrow at the end of the Q zone. So 2.5. So let's calculate what we made for the week. We had a loss on this day, that's -1%, and then we did 2.5 R with a 2% risk. That's a 5%. That's a 5% win. So this is -1, so that's 4% right now. And then I did this, so that's 8%. And then I did this one, that's 10%. So it's literally a 10% week by just winning 3 trades and losing one. And how did I know this is going to end up a loss? I know my trade setups. I know what's most likely going to play out or not, and that's why I risk 1%. It's coming from experience. You know, trades are most likely to play out or not. Okay, so as you can see, we have the New York trades and the emotions. Before, I was all neutral before I took those trades. During the trades, I was neutral. This one, I was nervous. Okay, I was nervous. This was when I had my second client in my copy trading service. He said the fact that I'm bad cycle trigger on this, I was nervous. The fact that I am doing copy trading, I always have that mindset. I want to perform. I want to be the best. I want to do well. I want to impress people. I always have that mindset. Well, listen, the truth of the matter is, I just can't have, I just can't keep doing that. I just have to let those things go. So what was the note I put right there? I said, you know how trading works. You know it can be wins every day, assuming they know. So I should assume they know. That's what I'm trying to. I'm talking to myself, and I shouldn't give a fuck. Also, don't trade foolish setups to impress because it has no benefit except consequence. So yeah, I know for sure that this is what trading is. There are wins, there are losses. And before you join my copy trading, I'm going to tell you that the reason I'm keeping the risk max at 3%, if you have any account balance, any equity lower than 1,000, is because I need your account to grow as slowly as possible, because bad days will come, good days will come, extremely good days will come. What we're not going to have is extremely bad days. And you're not going to have extremely bad days when you keep your risk low. You're going to have extremely bad days when your risk is outrageous. So that's why it's 3% per trade once you bring anything lower than $1,000 account. But from above, the max remains 2%. So that I can be calm as possible and not be under pressure. And also is for you to accept that, yeah, unless on your own you said you are okay with risking any amount, then I set your account whatever, and that's on you. You know what I'm saying? So I followed rules as usual. I don't break my rules. I called it an A plus trade, A plus trade. I called this a B trade because I closed at 1 arrow and the trade still performed best, like still went towards 2 arrow. And for me, I was like, who knows if I close that trade out of fear? Yeah, my session was over, but I was just supposed to close my risk. So I called that a B trade. I didn't perform perfect, excellent on that, but it's a winner. And yeah, that's it. So now let's break down the trades. So the first one was the USD card trade. So how did I get that trade? So I talked about that trade. I think I posted it on my Telegram channel. If in case you're not on this channel, do yourself a huge ass favor to be on this channel. I post every single trade. I'm taking my mindset, my analysis, what I'm expecting, and everything, and then psychological quotes. I do that a lot. Psychological quotes that would help you get over your psychological problems and the rest of them. Yeah, I talk about that a lot. The channel is full. The channel is full of a lot of good things. So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Now this was my last trade. As you can see, the last trade, I wasn't greedy. I talked about what I was going to do. I said, my plan for USD CAD, I want the 4 hour to flip bullish with NFP. Then I can trade a 4 hour or 1 hour pullback after that. If I don't see that, I keep off. I literally showed what I would do. You understand? So that was it. And it happened. It took out this and it retraced, and I took that swing trade right there. And I said for an intraday idea on USD CAD, I would love to see the 5 minutes do this in my 1 hour IFVG and FVG zone. And it did that, and I took the trade. And that's how this was a trade running that I took with 0.6 lots. See that you saw my copy trading, that is it right there. That's a swing trade. You can see the profit is smaller because it has not gone far close to the TP, unlike the day trade. You should see this. And yep, that was my performance for the entire month. All on all real accounts, the last 7 days, a 189%. That's my performance for the month of March. This is how you know how bad, how good we are. That's 189% is over across all my real accounts. So yep. So now the trade I took first on March 4th. Let's get there. This was Friday trade though. So let's get to the one I took on USD CAD. Okay, this was gold, no? USD CAD first. Did I even talk about that trade? I think I did. March 4th. March 4th. March 4th. March 4th. March 4th. Alright, so I said it here that I had plans on USD CAD. Say for now, I have plans on USD CAD today. If I don't see this happen, I don't trade. That was what I was expecting. And I waited for that to come to me. And then, boom, see it, we broke here, we retraced to the breaker. Now I was in the trade, I posted it, and it happened. I need you guys to know there are real people out there, real traders, real mentors that really do what they say. Like, I don't know what other proof you need. And this was the buy, and this was the where I closed the trade in profit. And what other proof do you need? Okay, so what did I really do on this day, on the 4th of March? So let's take a look at that. All right, cool. That was it on the 4th of March. So what happened on this day? Well, on that day, on the daily time frame, I came to my chart, and this was the day we're talking about, 4th of March. I came to my chart, and we're already sitting in what? A fair value gap the previous day, 3rd March. And the trend is bullish. We are in a weekly POI. We are reacting from there. That's a weekly FVG right here. And we broke this high. We have been bullish. Now we retraced back to fair value gap. And price had not fulfilled the intent of the fair value gap. What is the intent of the fair value gap? To push price to take out the high where the retracement started from. Okay, that's it. Price has not fulfilled that, so I knew that it's going to happen on this given 4th of March. All right, so we have an active uptrend on the 4 hour, right? Very active one, as you can see, creating higher highs, higher lows. We flipped bearish for a while, but then it was nothing too serious because that bearishness was we going down into a daily fair value gap. Okay, so as at when I came to the chart, this high, that daily high, has not been taken out after the fair value gap has been tapped. That is it. Okay, so I know this is the next draw, so we have to follow the plan. So we flip bullish here again. Okay, so on the 4th, all I waited for was price to come back to order block. Now, my definition of order block is the smallest candle before the pump. That's not what ICT calls order block, but that's why I call order block, right? According to my finding, I see that it has more precision. The smallest doji or small candle before that explosion. Take a look at how price came for that. Did not come for this, or come for this, or come for this. It came lower for that, and I marked both the week and everything. So that's how I use as an order block. All right, when price gets inside of it, Then I go to find my entry model. I go to the 1 hour time frame. All right, so that's it here. So we have price come to this place. You get, and this area is also an order block on the 1 hour. That's why I kept the 1 hour to look for a POI around that region that I can use to frame my entry model. And when price got into that, so what do we do when price gets into that? So I go to the 5 minutes and get my entry. Go to the 5 minute and get my entry. Very simple. Here we go. So this pink area is my New York Q zone. That's when I trade. And you can see when price got into there again by 1 p.m. Nigerian time. That was when price got into there again. So all I needed is to wait for a change of character, and taking out this high was part of it. On the 15 minutes here was more visible to take out, but on the 5 minutes here was more visible to take out. But at the end of the day, if you track the 15 minutes trend, you find out that price had this low, high, low, then we had this big one before we had this one. So it's best you wait for this to be taken out, and I like putting a buy stop. Now the reason I like doing that is because even if you wait for price to break out of this high and come to retest, the truth is that the best areas to trade from is the breakers. The breaker that matches with an FVG there is the best place to get your entry. Now if you still have to wait for price to return, you're risking price never returning. No, you're risking. The risking price never returning, and it's smarter to put a buy stop there to get into the trade. Whether it returns or not, you're in the trade and you don't miss out. That's why I like using buy stops at areas like that. And then my TP was around there, and that was it. I think I had a tighter stop loss in real life that made my TP a bit tighter to get a 2R, 2.5R, something like that. But this is basically the trade. Now we have to go to the second trade I took on gold. Let's see how it played out. So I took that trade according to my date. What date did it say? It said March 6th. So let's see March 6th, how we killed gold on March 6th. The trade is still here, right there on March 6th. You can see the date, March 6th, Thursday. So what did I see before I took that trade? What did I see on gold? So I always start my analysis from the weekly. Now we are bullish on the weekly. Okay, break of structure here. Very, very important to mark. And let's make it black. Okay, so yeah, we are bullish. We return back to fair value gap, so we are supposed to be headed here. That's a very clean direction for the daily. And then sorry, for the weekly. Now for the daily, whenever we tap into a POI, new structures always form from there. Every old structure is abandoned, so we have gotten a new daily high. So when we got that new daily high after this mitigation, so what happens is that we would wait for that daily high to form well and retrace to what we call a POI. So here we had an inverted fair value gap right there. That's what we have. We don't have any other thing there. I can't call this an order block because it does not have a breaker structure, right? No BOS, so I can't call it an OB. So no FVG, no rejection block. So all right, so we return back to fair value gap, inverted fair value gap we had right there. That's what we turn back to. So what do? We go to the 4 hours to see what price is doing, because my major time frame for direction is weekly, daily, and 4 hours. And I'm going to do a video that's going to just particularly talk about daily bias. Again, I've done something like that before, but since I've had some simplifications to my strategy, I'm going to do a video again talking about how I normally get daily bias in an easy way. It's the same thing I always still do, but now I think I removed some other things that make it look a bit complicated, just like what I told you guys. So yeah, that's it. So we on the 4 hours, what's going on right here? Uptrend, right? High, low. We took out this high. Now we took out this low again, which makes it look like a downtrend, and that's cool. That was what it was. It is a downtrend. This low led to this high. So if we ever take out this low, we have to be bearish, and that's cool. But then, of course, we can counter trade the 4 hours because we have our OB, our bearish OB here. So before price get there, we can catch some peeps. That's what I did. I tried to counter trade it. And then also the fact that this BOS was with a week, I know that, okay, counter trading is going to make sense, which is more like a sweep. So on the 1 hour, we're going to get our entry model, okay, as usual. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, so what do we see doing earlier of the day during the London session? Price ran this low, So whenever I'm looking at this 1 hour time frame, I try to look at it as independently as possible. Okay, I don't match my entry model with my directional bias. My weekly daily 4 hours for my direction. But on my 1 hour time frame, I don't, when I'm trying to look for my entry, I separate my entry. I just apply it very mechanically. You get to what I think the direction is from what I get from weekly, daily, and forward, because the three of them have agreed that we can go up. That's it. So you have to find how to enter bullish trades, entry models. You see on the 1 hour sweep, cool. Now on the next thing after that sweep, this is my session. Okay, this is my session. So how do I join the trade? Well, the sweep has happened. I have to wait for my session, and during my session, there was a clear 15 minutes trend going up. So there was a clear 15 minutes trend going up, as you can see. So we had a high, we had a low, we had this high, we had this low, and that happened during my session when price was mitigating this low again after doing that earlier, but then price was still playing inside this demand. I knew that, okay, that was a good sign. Okay, POI attacked before session. Then during session, we have an active 15 minutes trend going up, and this I joined one of the POIs. I got my entry from the 1 minute, and then that was how I took my trade. So right there, this is my trade. As you can see, I got my 1 hour confirmation, and then I take my trade and I put my stop loss below the entire zone, because there's gonna be a lot of noise inside the zone. You don't want to be stopped out. My price go up later. So you put your stop loss below the zone. Now my TP has to be 2 hour. I can't, there's nothing I can do. I can't compromise that. So from there to the end, this blue line is the beginning of the supply. I told you on the 4 hours that I was looking at. And then my TP was a bit higher inside, but when we got there, I closed it because I know any moment from here, there's a potential reversal that might happen. So that was it. So let's move to our third trade. I don't want to make this video too long. My third trade was a USD card trade, and that's what I took on Friday. I was telling you guys about. Very simple. Very simple trade, right? So weekly, what happened on the weekly time frame? Well, we are on a bullish trend, very clear one, right? Very clear bullish trend we see right there. So what happened is that we have low, we have high, and then we pull back to a fair value gap. Okay. Now from this fair value gap, we're gonna go up to this place. That's what the market is telling us. That is it. From fair value gap, this is the next entry. I can't see anything else. It's clear. Okay, now does daily support that buys? Yes, of course. After we got into this, we have a new daily high, low, and then high here. This FVG was later ignored and price pulled all the way back down to a fair value gap right here. And not just a fair value gap, it's matching with an IFVG too, because this is an inverted fair value gap too. So all matching, cool. So what's my swing trade going to be about? My swing trade, I choose those POIs from the daily. Whenever I want to take swing trade, the POIs I choose are from the daily. So that's exactly why I have my swing trade running and the TP is around the daily high. But for the intraday trade I took, that was not where my TP was, because that's an intraday trade. Okay, so I want to set my TP based on the 4 hours on that one. So we have a bearish trend. We got into this daily POI and then we flip bullish, and I told everybody that was what I was waiting for. So how did I get into my intraday trade? Well, there was an IFVG here. This is the inverted fair value gap, and when we broke out of this week came back to retest it, and I was like, cool, that's an inverted fair value gap. It's gonna get my entry model, and I'm gonna trade up. That was exactly how I got my trade. Okay, now let's see the entry model. Of course, I don't want this to be visible on the hourly again, so I'm going to take it out so you can see the other trade I took, which is this. That swing trade is still visible there. So when we got into the 4 hour IFVG, on the 1 hour, what was that? On the 1 hour, that was also an IFVG too. That's it. Price got into the inverted fair value gap. That's it again. Below 830 open. This is what a 1 hour IFVG plus FVG. Why is it plus FVG? Because if you look again, you see there is an FVG here, and that's why my stop loss is fat, because I don't know if price will want to dip to get here. I don't know. Price can do anything, you know. It's choice. So on the 15 minutes, what am I expected to do? Well, when price got there, I'm supposed to look for a 5 minutes entry, not 15 minutes entry, according to my strategy. So yeah, that's it. Now, how did I get to the 5 minutes trade? I needed a choke. That's what I told my community. I needed a change of character. So if you track the trend, of the 5 minutes, you see we had this, we had this one, we had this one, and then we had this, and then we had this, and then we have a lower low. Now, when we have that kind of thing, when we break above here is a chalk, and that's where I got my buy stop right there. Put my buy stop right here, and then when price went up, I got tagged in, and that was exactly where I was aiming to close risk. I was able to close risk there and still hold for a 2 hour ball. It was Friday, the market was coming to an end, it was gonna close soon. I was like, okay, I don't want to risk a break even, but you see how far it went. Almost 3 hour. If I knew, I would have held for my 2 hour and take my full take profit. So lessons learned. I'm gonna put that in my notes. So this is basically all the trades I took. And you have seen how real I keep everything, how simple I keep everything, and how I talk about this in my community. The best thing you can do for yourself is to be in that community. I'm telling you, that free channel. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Okay, the free channel. I trade publicly. Everybody sees what I do. And then what about the mentorship? Now the mentorship is me grooming traders to be exactly like I am. Okay, my mentorship has no duration. It's up and always running. Okay, and as you can see, this is the mentorship basically. As you can see all the trades, general announcements, market ultra sample. See, this is where you post your daily buyers as a member of the academy. Then I come and review how you're doing based on posting your daily buyers, whether it's correct or not. These are recorded meetings we always have. You see, they're endless. These are student reviews. You can see people are killing it. People are passing challenges. Right? So you see things like this. You see things like this. These are payouts. These are withdrawals. These are payouts, withdrawals. These payouts, right? Countlessly, people catching trades. These are all the student achievements you can ever find. These are trades, payout. This phase 2 completed. You can see that a lot of results from my students. These are trade breakdowns too. Now we always hold meetings, right? Every Fridays. You can see Blue Kings mentorship ended the video chat 2 hours. That's it. This was my last class I had with them March 5th. We always hold classes twice a week. And honestly, if you're struggling and you have issues with psychology, you cannot find your daily bias, you cannot find entries, one struggle or the other. Now you have somebody you could talk to, you have somebody you could relate with. You send me a DM on Telegram. My DM is there. The first link in this description of this video is my DM. Send me a DM, let's work. I'm gonna put you through everything it takes to be a successful trader, a profitable one at that. And trust me, you're gonna see the changes real quick if you're ready to learn. And it's not free. Okay, those of you that come with the mindset thinking it's free, it's not free. My time is premium. Okay, it's precious to me. See you guys in the next video, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. A lot of gems, a lot of real gems. We are training. Personally, I want to change the narrative of this industry. Yes, the lies and all of these fake shit people do. I think it's time up for them. I think it's high time we start showing the real trading. And if you want quick money, get rich quick things right there, you can go do something else. You mustn't do trading. Trading is for serious people, and trading is for people that have the entrepreneurial mindset. And there's nothing to fake about it to make people get into it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. See you guys in the next video. Peace and love.